Netflix, this will be the most watched fight, championship fight, in almost 50 years. But overall, I have to say Crawford. If you go down the list and ask me about tactical advantages, most of them are Crawford.
Grab the strap. Okay. Shit.
Come on. Get it. Yeah, 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 get it. Get it. Come on. Yeah, move out the way. Yeah, move out the way. Yeah, move out the way. Yeah.
Just astonished. Max Kellerman's response to viewing the most recent training video of Terence, Bud Crawford, can only be described in that way. The
Number one fighter on the road.
What's your name?
Pound for pound, Terence Crawford. He going for 42-0.
Where's he from?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Height and weight.
You understand?
Who's he going against? Let's take him
Canelo
down.
Alvarez, Canelo.
Oh my God, he's
Canelo.
serious, bro. Good luck.
You heard?
You're the man.
You heard?
invincible pound-for-pound king has long been renowned for his skillful boxing and acute ring IQ, but he suddenly appears to be a totally different fighter, more so than before. Dramatic that admirers are posing the query that no one could have imagined. Will Canelo Alvarez face the most difficult opponent of his career? Fans aren't the only ones who are buzzing. On this highly anticipated super bout, analysts, promoters, and even rival fighters are offering their opinions. Crawford is ready to shock the world, according to some, while others maintain that he is taking on more than he can handle. Make sure to press the like and subscribe buttons before we get into Kellerman's unexpected perspective, and the reasons his remarks have shocked the boxing community, as this story is just going to grow bigger.
I think unless Crawford was on a knockout streak until he moved up to junior middleweight and then failed to stop Madrimov. So, and Canelo, though he has not stopped anyone in a while.
Invincible pound-for-pound king has long been renowned for his skillful boxing and acute ring IQ, but he suddenly appears to be a totally different fighter, more so than before. Dramatic that admirers are posing the query that no one could have imagined. Will Canelo Alvarez face the most difficult opponent of his career? Fans aren't the only ones who are buzzing. On this highly anticipated super bout, analysts, promoters, and even rival fighters are offering their opinions. Crawford is ready to shock the world, according to some, while others maintain that he is taking on more than he can handle. Make sure to press the like and subscribe buttons before we get into Kellerman's unexpected perspective, and the reasons his remarks have shocked the boxing community, as this story is just going to grow bigger.
The last time I saw Crawford, he moved up yet another division, beat at the time the guy I thought was the best fighter in the division. Turns out he wasn't, but I thought he was at the time. And before that, had just annihilated Errol Spence. So if you look at all the boxes, I'm going to check Crawford for most of them, if not all of them.
Kellerman didn't end there, either. Crawford still has advantages in speed and ring IQ. He noted, breaking down the contest as only he can. He said, "If you check all the boxes, I'm going to check Crawford for most, if not all of them." Strong remarks, particularly from someone who has referred to Canelo as one of the greatest athletes of all time. Here's the twist, though. Why is Canelo the betting favorite if Kellerman thinks Crawford fulfills almost all the boxes?
So as an overall suite of skills, recent vintage, it's been Crawford.
Okay.
But Canelo also is skilled and has a larger skeleton than Crawford. No matter what they weigh, Canelo's the bigger guy.
Kellerman broke it down clearly. The difference comes down to size, toughness, and experience. Canelo Alvarez turned pro at just 15, and for nearly 20 years he's been battling the very best in the sport. Names like Gennady Golovkin, Sergey Kovalev, and Dmitry Bivol. He's a natural super middleweight, fully comfortable at that size, and his ability to adjust his style against any opponent has been a key to his dominance. As Kellerman explained, Canelo's sheer physicality makes him the bigger man, and that's why he enters the fight as the favorite, on paper. Crawford may tick more boxes, but when it comes to the one factor that could decide everything, size, that advantage still leans Canelo's way. And Kellerman isn't alone in this assessment. Many fighters and boxing insiders are chiming in, with opinions split right down the middle.
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Earl Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Consider David Benz, a man who has personal experience competing at super middleweight. Benvitz gave his opinions no sugarcoating. He believes that the disparity in magnitude is too great to overlook. Ben stated that Canelo's stature is the only reason he will prevail. Regarding the numbers, he is also correct. Canelo has dominated opponents who are inherently larger throughout his career, whereas Crawford is going up 3 entire weight classes. A leap like that is unheard of, and that raises serious concerns, especially for someone with Crawford's level of brilliance. Is it possible for skill to bridge such a physical divide, or does the body reach a limit at some point? However, not everyone believes that size always tells the whole story. There were questions raised when the season promoter, Eddie Hearn, apparently tilted somewhat in Crawford's favor. He acknowledged that Canelo will win, but he also stated that he wouldn't be shocked if Crawford succeeded. Nevertheless, Hearn included the caution that everyone should consider. The crucial question is how he reacts to being struck.
He couldn't cut the ring off. I just feel like the timing now, the age, Canelo is amazing. I mean, not just because of his ability and what he's accomplished, but the fact that he still has the desire.
Ryan Garcia, on the other hand, offered his own direct opinion. Garcia admires Crawford's skill set, including his ability to box, bang, and change tactics quickly, but even he was unable to overlook what he had witnessed in previous bouts. He occasionally cracks from insane shots. Against someone like Canelo, who is specialized in taking punishment and precisely countering. That is a risky vulnerability. Lastly,
man, I really see I see that Bud is gonna do good. He's gonna do good, but I don't think he's gonna win. But I do see Bud like getting a lot of punches off, being able to tag Canelo with some good shots, but they have no effect. That's the thing.
Of them, Regis Prager's remark was the most direct. There's a rationale to weight divisions. Regardless of how good Crawford is at 147, 154, or even 160, entering Canelo's category is a completely different animal. Critics may argue about size all day, though. However, Kellerman's reaction to the training video speaks for itself, and it implies Terence Crawford may be changing the rules once more. The video that rocked the boxing community.
Canelo and Crawford going up against him. So the only thing they have, but I would say the only thing he has going for him is he's a skillful fighter, and Canelo is older, but so is Crawford too. I think Crawford is 37, 38, something like that. Canelo's 36, so they both are older right now. But man, I don't personally see it. Now, a lot of people see that Crawford can beat Canelo. It's just like that punch resistance is something else. They make weight classes for a reason. If he could beat him, man,
Terence Crawford walked into the gym looking almost unrecognizable compared to the fighter fans had gotten used to at welterweight. His frame was thicker, his shoulders wider, his arms packed with muscle, and his chest looked carved from hours under the weights. When he unloaded on the heavy bag, it wasn't the usual crisp pop people expected. It was a deep, booming thud that seemed to shake the room. Each punch carried a new kind of weight, making it clear that Crawford wasn't just moving up divisions. He was bringing real knockout power with him. The reaction online was instant. Fans were shocked at how much mass he had added in such a short time. Social feeds lit up with people questioning if this was even the same fighter they'd followed for years, with some joking that Crawford looked more like an NFL linebacker than a boxer. Still, a few wondered if bulking up might cost him his greatest asset, that lightning-fast speed. But Max Kellerman dismissed that worry, pointing out that Crawford's hands still carried the same quickness and precision. Only now, every shot was loaded with extra firepower. According to Kellerman, Crawford hasn't slowed down. All he did was add some additional equipment. And if that's the case, Canelo might be looking down at a completely different Bud. Although Crawford's metamorphosis took center stage in the media, another story fueled the flames even more. And Bud himself was unrelated to it.